The man fishing in the plaza. For all the hardness of Mexico City, the mornings come on soft. The few birds in my neighborhood chirp and the sun spreads a creamy orange sorbet over my concrete jungle patiently. Before the honks, horns, whistles, and sirens, before anyone has had time to shout,
Chinga tu madre, cabrón.
even before the gas man belts in his baritone voice into the colonial buildings of El Centro erected on the bones of Tenochtitlan, there is a softness in the air, a moment when footsteps and whispers can be heard. Between night and morning in the historic center of Mexico City, there's a space for poetry. That's what time it was when I was walking to the local boxing gym down Regina Street, a pedestrian street that further accentuates the city's silent possibilities, when I saw the silhouette of a man in the plaza beside the church cast a net towards the sun and pull back fiercely. The man was too far in the distance to observe any details, so I quickened my pace, curious what mysterious stranger was awake at this hour to disrupt my harmonious morning with such a violent movement, my bag stuffed with gloves and hand wraps bouncing on my back as I began to jog. As I approached, he tied his net forcefully and efficiently, and as he skirted away, I saw 3 pigeons trapped and flapping their wings frantically. Their morning collecting crumbs in the plaza transformed into a moment of unthinkable horror, and then the man was gone. Since that day, I have often thought about the man fishing pigeons in the plaza under the morning light. What was his purpose? What would become of the pigeons? Would they be eaten? Would they be sold to a pet store? Would they be trained to fight? And along the way, I have found some clues. Once in Navarte, a quiet residential neighborhood to the south of the historic center, I saw a store that sold pigeons, dozens of them in cages on the sidewalk living out a sad existence. I did not go into the store and ask what the pigeons were for or where they came from, because there was something dark and sinister about the place that suggested I stay away. Another time in Zacatecas, my wife's cousin told me pigeons can be trained to fly in formation. He showed me videos on his phone of thousands of pigeons let loose from coops on the backs of trailers, and as they touched the sky, their togetherness created celestial artwork before they voluntarily circled back to their owners and their captivity. A third explanation was given to me by my boxing trainer, who said there are cantinas in El Centro known for serving fried pigeon as an hors d'oeuvre, a tasty, locally sourced snack to munch on with cold beer. But the best explanation I have found, I think, is that the city is wholly inexplicable, like the night sky, and just when I thought I was getting comfortable, a man with a fishing net emerged from the sun and cast it into my face. I saw the man with my own 2 eyes, I swear by it, but he just as easily could have been an apparition. Carlos Fuentes Ahora walking the few blocks from Donceles Street, or Juan Rufo's Pedro Paramo on a trip from Comala into the heart of the city. A ghost conceived by one of Mexico's greatest writers manifesting magically to remind me that, even after all these years in Mexico, I know nothing at all.